Hello, friends. It's pleasure to be here in front of all of you once again. It is time to have good times with mathematics. As a maths with myself, I know that 2 plus 2 equals some numbers. Everybody watching. Wow, there's zero people watching. Where am I streaming? What the fuck happened? Okay, these people are coming. Thanks a lot for coming in. Very happy to be here. Please don't put any comments about the match yesterday. I'm not interested in knowing what happened. I ignored it very quickly after the first 15 minutes. Have to say though, England is fantastic, dude. I think after watching how they are playing this test, last four tests, I'm like, dude, I think I'm supporting England over India right now, just for baseball and everything. I will move to England just for the kind of cricket they're playing. During immigration, they'll be like, hey, why do you want to move? I'm like, because of baseball, guys. Very fun match yesterday, even though India lost. Anybody tuning in, please give like and give all those nice things. And I will not talk about cricket beyond unless my guests want to talk about cricket. People are already getting agitated. Avinash Bhoyer is saying, man, just bring Biswa. I will. Relax, brother. Relax. Somebody says, hey, Mishra, good to see you. I don't know where Mishra is, but okay. Chinmay Mishra. Okay, there's another person in the chat. Okay. Just a couple of things to announce. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do. We're doing this pretty much once a week now, as opposed to 4 times a week during the pandemic. And give likes for algorithm purpose and all that kind of stuff. I have a bunch of shows coming up this weekend. I'm going to be in Nagpur and Indore, and then after that, I'm going to be in Bangalore, Kochi, Vizag, Mumbai, Bhubaneswar, and Kolkata. Tickets are on sorabh.com. Also, I wrote a book called Vote for Punch, which apparently is funny. I didn't know that, but people are writing reviews saying it's funny. So I guess it's funny. I accept your thing. It's basically stand-up that I wrote in the middle of the pandemic when there was no stage. So if you want, go get it from Amazon. Okay. You know what? I knew this question would come. Already it's come. Sorabh, please ask the guest about 3 multiplied by 1 plus 1 problem in mathematics, his views. Isn't that the theory? Okay, I'm going to bring him on. Okay, he is the fastest human calculator in the human race. Please give it up for Neelkanta Bhanu.
Hello, guys. Hi, Sorabh. How are you? Hello, everyone.
Good. How's it going?
All good. Doing fantastic. What about you? How's your
On
day?
a scale of 1 to 10, if you were to use a number to describe how your day is going today, how much would it be?
I don't know. I just woke up here. Pata nahi.
It's too early for numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's too early. Okay, I'm going to bring up my next guest, who's the fastest inhuman calculator in the world. Give it up for Mr. Viswa Kalyan Rath.
Hey, man, I'm seeing 2 Inhumans right now. Hey. Just able to see 2 Inhumans. Hey, very fastly I've calculated.
Hey, dude, that's crazy.
That's
but
crazy,
by the way,
bro.
okay. I got to ask you, Bharu, like people will be coming up to you just asking you random what's the word? Mathematics.
Yes.
Mathematicals?
Maths.
Really?
Maths is good.
Yeah. By the way, has anybody said Biswa Maths Agni is your thing, right? You said this before yourself.
Yeah, no, actually, I was doing a stream and then people suggested that name, so I took that name.
Oh,
That is
okay.
amazing sometimes.
Yeah. Some guy said it and I was like, wow, that's damn original. I'm like, there's no way you've not done this already. There's absolutely no way you've not. Okay, so I'll tell you what I thought would be kind of fun. We're going to talk about maths. We're going to talk about origin of maths. I was horrible in maths in school and all that kind of stuff. Then I thought it'll be kind of fun to try and all 3 of us to attempt the fastest human calculator, because I've been watching those videos and it's great fun. And I want to fail very nicely at it. And any questions that people have, happy to take those. This is the easiest question to start with, right? This is some theorem, right, by some guy. What is this theorem about the 3 multiplied plus 1 problem in maths?
This 3x plus 1. This is a fun theory, which is about how everything in the world sort of comes back to this one particular pattern, which again, right, has a bunch of videos on the internet. I don't think it's a problem. It's just an observation. Yeah, Grim Fandago. Yes. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 3x plus 1 is just a way in which patterns. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think Banu bypassed that Saurabh once said this is 3 multiplied plus 1.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sorab, that is 3x plus 1.
Hey man,
Uh,
Hey, hey, it's
I
cool,
don't
man.
know maths.
Hey, it's cool,
Dude,
man.
I still don't know. I still don't understand BODMAS. I don't understand anything, dude. So my son, okay, I got him obsessed with maths during the pandemic because I realized that I'm decent at plussing, plus, plus, and and division, and because of cricket, right? Doing cricket stats as like
yeah.
because of that, literally, I'm good at that. So I was like, hey, let's start. I'll teach you like plus and multiplication, all that kind of stuff, which is pretty easy. And now he's doing common, and he's doing like he's up to fractions, and I realized I don't know anything about fractions. And so my 7-year-old son is already better at maths than me. I'm like, dude, this is already very quickly embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway. So I want to ask both of you, what is your relationship to maths? I know that Bhanu, I was watching your videos yesterday about how you got into it and all that kind of stuff. And let's start with Biswa. Biswa, what is your relationship with maths? Do you like maths? Do you not like
Yo,
maths?
so I used to like maths, okay, like till 10th standard, until it was you could understand what is happening, okay. Like even if there is X and Y, you are like, okay, I'm just trying to find how many chocolates Ram has, right? That's all.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
still in the like it's very reality based. Okay, the
Yes.
problems that you're solving can be useful to society. Okay. Like if you one day become like a police officer and two people come and they're like, I had 10 mangoes, this guy stole two. You're like, hey, then you must have eight. So till that, or like triangles and Pythagoras theorem and shit, I was interested. Then all these limits and everything came, which I still got through. Okay. But I never understood probability. I still think the probability of any event is 50-50. Okay. It's true, brother. Like, I don't know what maths bullshit these guys do, but basically, if you tell me that there's 20% chance of rain, that doesn't mean that I'll get 20% wet. No. That
Yeah.
that means either it'll rain or not rain.
Yeah,
So if it
yeah.
rains, then probability is 100%. If it doesn't, then it's 0%. Anyways, so I don't understand probability at all. They're like, oh, probability is pure, true over long periods of time. But I am only interested if it's raining today or not. I am general weather patterns can't tell me no whether I should carry my umbrella. Okay, anyways. Then I went to college, and in fucking college, we can curse, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Go
I
for it.
have, I have done.
Oh, you bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, in college, first day, some guy came and he wrote some equation, and there are some parts of the equation, and you're like, these parts are negligible.
Yeah.
I was like, they're not negligible, bro. They're there. Okay, you you're neglecting them purposefully, so that equation is
Yes.
easy to solve, and equation should not be easy to solve. Life is not easy, brother. You don't neglect any parts. Then they then they started neglecting every part of the equation. And then they started teaching Fourier transform, and I was just like, brother, sorry, maths. Like, see, if I'm, sort of, if I'm married to you, then
Yes,
compromises are
let's hope.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
then compromises are okay. But if I'm doing maths, then compromises are not okay. Because I can't be like 2 + 2 = 3.9, right? It doesn't work. So then I hated it, and then I gave it up. And recently, I've realized I just enjoy like basic elementary maths.
Yeah.
That's all. What's your story, Saurav?
Dude, I was
Before
horrible
you
at
go to
maths. I
college?
think, yeah, because also like I think by the time I caught on, it was too ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like I had understood plus, minus, multiplication, and then by the time they had moved on, I think there's a bridge, right? And that bridge collapsed, and I was like, I can't get any of the shit now. I'm like, as soon as X and those numbers started coming, and I couldn't get it, I couldn't understand. क्या होता है ये triangle का क्या बोलते हैं उसको that concept is called what? I mean, it's
Pythagoras.
called
Congruence, similarity, something. कुछ भी है. हाँ.
no, the whole algebra. Sorry, algebra is right. Yeah.
Algebra.
Trigonometry.
Okay.
Sorry, I
It must be
generally
trigonometry.
Forget all about the bras, guys. Anyway, so so trigonometry, I didn't get any of it. So basic maths, I understood. I was horrible at maths. I think I once got, I think I got 1.5 on 50 in maths because I did the whole thing of. The only answer I got right was about Pythagoras theorem, where I just wrote about Pythagoras. And just like, you know how you write an essay, was like Pythagoras was a guy, he had a theorem, and his theorem was written by Pythagoras because he liked writing theorem, and just that. So that kind of made me 1.5 out of 50. So I've been very bad at maths, and I'm telling you, I think the gateway was cricket stats.
Yeah.
Because I used to be playing and I used to do big book cricket and having tournaments and figuring out kiska average sabse zyada, and magically I used to always be in the Indian team, and somehow I don't know why I would always have the highest average. I don't know why this was happening. Like, no, I didn't see that zero. That was an 8. so a horrible relationship with maths, but I really enjoy I enjoy trying to understand it. So yeah. Bhanu, you've spoken about it before about your relationship, and it was a great story. I was telling my wife also. She's like, "Oh, that's quite incredible."
Yes. So I mean, I have been into math for like a very long time, and I think something which I relate with Sorabh a lot, which I was going ahead and telling, is that I actually started doing a lot of stat calculations in cricket matches a lot as a child. Like something which I absolutely remember, let's say doing, extrapolating strike rates, seeing how averages fall down, how, let's say, things happen. I think that's something which I actively did a lot of time. I think I spent a lot of time loving and doing basic arithmetic. I think what this was telling, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, अच्छे से. But yeah, I mean, I extended a little in terms of, let's say, doing some advanced math also later, because I ended up doing that in college and a bunch of other places. For me, I think fortunately so a little is that I always looked at whether अरे ये sense बनता है कि नहीं. अगर sense नहीं बनता है, if you don't get the logic behind why this exists, then don't accept it as a fact. If you get a logic of why this is true, then it's fine. So I think in that way, I was able to push a little ahead than this I was mentioning in terms of, let's say, Fourier transforms. Actually, I did a very small video on how Fourier transforms literally makes you auto tune, like your songs very recently. So I think math and applications, if it's not applicable, then it's bullshit, right? I think that's true. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely fell in love with math for a long time, and let's say when I was 17 or 18, I broke a few world records. Uske baad I was like, chalo, theek hai, this is getting you fame, so whether you like it or not, do it. So
doing maths for fame.
Yeah.
So that was for a year and a half. I mean, after a point, even basic arithmetic gets boring, right? I mean, kya karna hai, addition, subtraction? Like, theek hai, if it's getting you some traction, why not? Keep doing it. So yeah, that and
then you're like, oh man, yesterday 50 guys came to watch me. Okay, today what if I add like 2 bigger numbers? Maybe 55 people. Crazy. Okay, like, okay, 1,000 guys have come, guys. Now I have to add like 9 numbers or some shit.
Something like that. I mean, I think it was a good experience for me, at least. Let's say doing quick calculations was like a very good exercise. Like, for instance, it's almost like, अच्छा ठीक है. Even I think something which I relate to a lot. Cricket match देखते हुए, I was like, अच्छा इतने overs है, अभी ठीक है, चलो 6-6 मारेगा, तो अभी क्या होगा? Like क्या होगा? Obviously that never happened, but like you always like are guessing and keeping one step ahead. I think it keeps you engaged in a very good way, and I think उसके बाद realize that you could actually teach a lot of this to people and make it more fun for individuals. That's when I started teaching. So that's my journey with math. And to be honest, like I think after a point, math does get very abstract and pata nahi kya hota rehta hai. So I think even I've been there in and out. So I've ended up not being a teacher, but I ended up not being in academia, but teaching, because you can be at the nicer end of math.
So it's so interesting because like when you the videos of you walking around and asking people to do maths, like there is a very Karan Singh magic aspect to it, right? And then when you do it, and then people are like, "What is this guy going to do?" And then you do it, and it's like to see the expressions is hilarious. But one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy, and this is what I want to actually ask both of you this. So 450 years calendar where you can tell. So again, by the way, I should also explain to people a little bit. I think Biswa, everybody knows, comedian and writer of Lakho Mein Ek, and also starring role in Afsos. Very incredible job there. Bhanu you've said 50 Limca records and
4
broken
world
the
records.
and 4 world records in maths. So
Yeah.
that's just the introduction in case people are not aware of that. So yeah, it's quite fun, like walking around and asking people that kind of stuff. But here's my question to you. Okay, so the thing with maths is that
Actually,
go ahead.
if we ask him a question, the audience will know exactly what Banu does. Okay, like just throw. Okay, let me throw 5 numbers at him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Banu, you're ready.
Now
Okay,
go
I'll
ahead. What do you
throw
do?
five numbers. You just give me the result. Okay.
Sum. You want me to do sum?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Chalo.
Yes. What is the result, brother? Like I'll give you 5 digits. You give result. Pass.
Yes, pass.
Okay. Give me the sum. 153, 209, 307, 441, and 1535.
2745.
Arey, yaar.
I couldn't even come up with numbers as fast as he's coming up with solutions. Let's see.
Dude, in my head, I was with you till the first 3 numbers. Then I'm like, nahi, abhi kuch chance nahi hai. Mera gaya. Yahan tak interest hai mera. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can. So basically, you can ask him 10-digit numbers like this, and he'll do it in an instant.
No, actually, more contextual. Biswa, how about you give me a 4-digit number? Any 4-digit number.
Okay. And what will you do?
Give me another 4-digit number. I'll try to multiply them quickly.
Okay.
Oh wow.
4, 3.
Maybe,
Okay.
Let
Yeah,
me
you
open
get the calculator. Yeah.
Huh.
Ready? You are. Sorry, we are ready.
Yes.
4697,
Okay, multiplied by
6997.
6997. 4697, 6997. That will be 3 crore 28 lakh 64,909.
Yes. Ridiculous. That's
Oh my God.
You know what? That's just ridiculous, dude. That's just like, I mean, come on. You should have some shame in life. That's that's like you know what? I'll put the calculator on the thing and try and add it for the next one. But okay, you know, one of the things that you did, one of the tricks that you do, and I don't know if it's a trick, but it's like it's a mental thing, is that you can tell for 450 years you've memorized all the calendars and you know which day it's going to be. Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah. Memorizing is bullshit, which you tell people and you calculate quickly.
Yeah.
Right? It looks like it's out of memory, but you just calculate quickly. But yeah.
So what's your process? Okay, so if I tell you, I'll ask you the question and then after that you tell me your process. I'm very curious about the process because how people come to an answer is also fascinating.
Absolutely.
I love Mihir Kadve. This is such Indian mentality.
Cheating.
Scripted. Okay, you know what? I'm going to open the calculator and do this, and you know what? We'll take these things from the crowd. I think that would help. Yeah. You're saying something, huh?
Yeah. So I mean, you give me a date. Give me a date in, let's say, a year first, or let's say, give me a date. I'll actually calculate and tell you the day.
हाँ.
Yeah. अच्छा ये कैलकुलेटर है तो कुछ और चलना है तो वो कर लेंगे पहले.
नहीं अच्छा मैं कैलकुलेटर खोल के रखता है यहाँ साइड में और उसको थोड़ा टाइम है. I'll just bring it out when we need it. Okay.
Yes.
हाँ.
That's what she said.
Okay, so I want let's open this out to the crowd. Okay, I want people to show. You want 4-digit numbers?
No, I mean you can. I think we were doing calendar. Should we do that, or I mean, up to you.
Yeah, let's do calendar.
Yeah.
Okay, 14th April 1996.
1996, 14th April should be a Sunday. Am I correct?
Sunday. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Yeah, I just googled it. It was a Sunday.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do I do it? I go to so since we are in 2022, you go to 1st January 2022. You know what day that is. Then you move to 1st January 1996. Because that's 16 years away. There are 5 leap years in between. You factor all of them and go to 1st January 1996. And then you add 4 months. I mean, 3 months to get to like April and then add 16 days because I think 14th April, 16th April. I don't remember what we asked. But yeah, I mean, it's just the process of going to what you know and then traversing across years and then traversing across months. It all happens very quickly. So it looks like it's memory, but it's just calculation.
Okay, so here's another one which has come from the crowd. Okay, this is Nikita Rathod who says 21st June 1947.
1947, 21st June. That should be a Saturday.
Yes, crazy, ridiculous. My God. Okay, you know what? Just to prove that, you know what? I realize also people are just saying cheating and all just to see कि हमें भी इसका भाग बनना है. That's the only reason they do this shit. Is that they also want to do it. Okay, we'll take one more and yeah, but the process is interesting, man. Like it's like, and you obviously do this like super like that quickly.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Somebody
I
has
thought
written.
Yeah.
Somebody has
go ahead.
written, "भाई cat they must score करेगा."
Okay, let's try one more.
I notice everybody's writing their own birthday and trying to, because that's the only date they know. Okay.
देखते हैं क्या लिखा है.
I'll Google it on the side. Okay, we have Grim Fandango, who's been very. This thing here's one from him. 26 January 1950.
This is country birthday.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, that is Thursday.
Wait, what day is it? 1 second.
It is a Thursday.
Bro, you can't Google slower than his imagination.
Yeah, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. Yeah. I'm just
पूछा
clarifying.
31st February 1999. ठीक है, मुझे पता है.
Okay,
Nice.
let's. Yeah.
Sorry, one
You want to
last
try
question.
future?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Let's try future. Wait, ये किसी ने पूछा कुछ. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, I don't know why people are obsessed with August, but
3989 is two आगे है. This is a little.
Okay, what about 31st December 3000? Is it 2 आगे?
It is. But I mean, let's see. 3000. That should be 31st December 30. Yeah, that should be a Monday.
You know, there's not even a way to check this. wait. Oh, wait, there is a way to check this. 1 second. You
I
know,
don't
one of those
think-
global calendar things pops up. The ones those Chinese calendar things where they have like they can whatever. I'm just assuming that you're correct. Later on, people will say galat hai. Huh.
Banu,
So basically, in a span of a millennium, usually there are some corrections which happen in the middle, so you don't know what they are. That's why I think if it's across a millennium, that's a little tricky. Yeah.
got it. What is 7th July 2022?
That is tomorrow. That's Thursday.
Bro, you took too much time.
Too
for
much
this simple
time, dude. Very
calculation.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's what happens actually when you know that अरे ये तो मुझे पता है, this is nearby. You actually take a little more because you're trying to do it not by the regular way, but you're like changing your process. So
Got it.
yeah.
Bro,
But,
what about
go ahead.
July 2022? Bro?
That's a Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
अभी मैं reset हो गया frame पे.
You know, Sorabh, what you can do is you can just ask him dumb questions, and after this podcast, he will forget how he used to do actually.
What is 67 divided by 67? Do you know the answer?
1.
Oh my God, he's so quick.
Great. Huge success.
he's right about being okay. You said 50 Limca world records. Okay, how do you remember any of them?
Yeah, I do.
You remember all 50?
No. Those are like too random. Like बहुत चीजें थोड़ा like they're only variants of the same, right? So I know a few.
Yeah.
I remember a few. I remember like 7 to 8 of them properly.
Yeah. So what are the 7 to 8? Like what are the because
So usually, Sorabh, just like how let's say cricket records or stats, or let's say running records or stats are usually like let's say how 100 meter, 200 meter, 1K. So usually how running works, it's very similar. So you have let's say marathons. So there are evaluations which happen over time, which is they give you 5 minutes and see how much you can do, how many calculations can you do. So there is let's say adding 10-digit numbers, adding 20-digit numbers, multiplying 5-digit numbers, dividing 10-digit numbers, taking the square root of a 14-digit number, cube root of a 14-digit number. There is stuff which is around, let's say, addition of fractions, addition of decimals, addition. I mean, all sort of combinations which there exist in that 50. But Limca book obviously is very Indian, so there's a lot of like random records which no one gives a shit about. So I think these are like whatever. So there are only few.
What are the random records?
stuff like अगर किसी को 4-digit multiplication आता है तो उसको 2-digit multiplication तो आता ही आता है ना. Like why are there two records? It's kind of dumb. But I think they sort of like look at it and saying some people can be good at this and not the other. So it's that way. But if you can do the other, you can do this. So it's like you break that record, this becomes a subset. So it becomes that way after a point. And yeah, I mean, these records also have restrictions. For instance, when you break these records, you can't have rough work. You can't use a pencil to like write stuff anywhere. It should all happen in your mind and just write the final answer down. So there's obviously some constraints which you go by. Those are the ones. But I have 4 world records which actually are interesting. The 4 world records, one of them is for subtracting a 70-digit number from another 70-digit number. 70 from another 70-digit number. The problem is not hard because I think everyone can do this. But my record is 22.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody can do this. Because every day we are dealing with 70-digit numbers. No, wake up. Would you have coffee? Yeah, some 90,000 crore coffees, please.
What I'm saying essentially is that this can be done. It's not like a square root where you don't know how to do it. This can be done. It can be done a little, but you know at least kya karna hai. This I have a record of breaking. I have a 70-digit minus 70-digit number in 45 seconds, which is, let's say, reading the entire 140 digits and writing the answer in like 45 seconds. That's one. And the other is actually doing power calculations. Basically, if you multiply something by 2 and continuously keep multiplying it by 2 100 times, you actually get to a very huge ass number later. Like I think it's almost like very big. So doing that accurately.
Do it once. Why don't you show this once? Like,
pick any number. Pick any number. Any like 2, 3 digit, 4 digit or whatever.
Pant will take it from the chat.
Yeah, let's take it from the chat. Anybody from the chat give a 2-digit number.
2 digit, nahi bada de do, 4 5 digit.
Yeah, 4 or 5 digit number. Anybody in chat give new comments are not showing. Okay, now obviously people are. I love this. What 69s? Whatever. Okay, there's one. Okay, very easy. Here is Index who says 96. Oh, you want to go with a 4-digit number? You want to go 4 digit?
96 is also fine, yeah. So 96 multiplied by 2 is 192. 192 multiplied by 2 is 384. 384 multiplied by 2 is 768. 768 multiplied by 2 is 1536. 3072. 6144. 122. 88. 24576. 49152. 98304. 196608. 393216. 786432. 1572 314572 6291 125 8291 25165 And then if I continue, keep doing that, I get 5 crore 3 lakh 31,648. I'm going to just flex now, use crores instead. 10 crore 6 lakh 63,296. 20 crore 13 lakh 26,592. 40 crore 26 lakh 53,184. 80 crore 53 lakh 6,368. And yeah, I think that should be good.
That's it? Come on.
161 crore 6,000. 161 crore 6 lakh 12,736.
Dude, this is true. MC Bhanu in the house. Even when I see you do the record, the speed you're speaking with is like some rap god, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, crazy.
It's a lot.
So that's the second world record. What other world record do you have?
So this is the powers one. I actually have one with addition, which is called the fastest human calculator record, where you just add a number to itself as quickly as possible and keep speaking out the answers. And the other final one is actually called power multiplication, where you multiply 3 3-digit numbers. So it's like 763 multiplied by 876 multiplied by 873. It might look easy, but it might look easier than, let's say, multiplying 10-digit numbers, but it's not, because you need to like multiply, remember the 6-digit answer, and then multiply it again, which fad jati hai thoda. Like it's a little tricky. So that's the third one.
Which one of these was Shakuntala Devi's record that you
the addition one, actually, not the multiplication one, but which is where I take a 2-digit number and add it to itself as quickly as possible. So I think that's like if I take the number 67, it's 67 to 67 is 134, plus 67 is 201, 268, 335, 404, 610, 536, 603, 677, 37, 804, 871, 938, 1005, 1072, 113, 1206, 1273, 1340. To do that quickly, in 15 seconds, I had a record of doing it for 42 times. And speaking out every answer, the previous record was 37 times. So yeah, that's another one.
It's a lot. Okay, people are asking a couple of questions. I mean, I'm sure you've been asked this question before. I'm just curious. Is that somebody's asking, are you faster in calculating than Vidya Balan? It's a revelation to me.
Yeah, I mean, I broke her record, so I think so. Like, I mean, I've not met her, so I don't know. But like from whatever internet video footage I see, yes, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, but
Do you think it's like one of those things where like across eras we can't actually compare because like she might not have. I mean, if she had tougher competition, maybe she would have set a different record. Sort of, is it like
Absolutely,
that?
absolutely. Like for instance, she didn't have competition after a point. Like I think after I think she broke her records. I think she was doing shows for 15 more years. But I don't think she's gone for another record attempt because she didn't need to, right? I mean,
Right.
I didn't go to a record attempt in 6 years now. Like my last record
Yeah.
attempt was when I was 16. So obviously, I think record numbers always say differently. Uh, Plus, Shakuntala Devi as an individual was only into, let's say, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and square roots. I think this was the only function. I think she didn't do a lot of other things, but also because I think it never was a thing back then. So I think they're obviously you're limited towards what audience wants to do. And she was a performer, right? I think I don't know movie mein kya hua, pata nahi mujhe, but movie mein kya dikha diya. But she was a performer, so she was always optimizing for what looks nice versus what's a harder problem to solve. Which is what I do to be honest. Like I think sometimes I do a 100-digit multiplication, but किसी को like no one cares, right? It doesn't matter. Like मेरे को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? It takes you 46 minutes to solve this problem. It's not interesting to watch. So do something which people would probably understand and consume. So you don't push.
Yeah, like I'd love to watch you do like that 70 number subtraction like live on stage. Like that would be like, I mean, if either of us had this kind of skill, like between doing stand
Yeah.
up, just do
Yeah.
maths, like that
Yeah.
would be
Crazy.
yeah. Like, what do you get more? Like, okay, what do you think if you do the greatest joke you've written, okay, versus you doing 70 number subtraction in 45 seconds? Like, what's going to get a bigger response?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to write jokes. So, but think about this, like, if you do a public show and every ticket price is something, like, Sorry, I'm telling you only that
Yeah.
even 20 people come, okay, and they each are paying 500 rupees. Now you're like, okay, but then the venue will take a cut, then the agency will
Yeah.
take a cut, then Sarkar will take a cut, then you ultimately you don't know how much you make, so you have approximately okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I make nothing. So that much maths also we can't do.
Yeah. It's too much, dude. I stopped doing shows with GST because it was just like too complicated. Oh, okay. This is a. I'm sure nobody's asked you this question. This is a great question that's coming from Anish. Okay. Can you calculate the amount Vijay Mallya has embezzled? I think it's there for public record.
I don't know, man. I have to cheat for this.
Okay, wait, let's Google it. Vijay Mallya embezzlement
Okay, how
amount.
much?
Okay. Loan amount. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is a great
Embezzlement.
problem. Okay, Subroto
मैं भी
Roy
Google करता हूँ.
scam amount. Okay, wait. Let's wait. One thing.
22,
I'm googling.
Yeah.
19,111 crores. No, 22,500 crores. ये क्या मेरे को Google
Yes, I don't see the maths in this. I think this is where is the math?
You work in a bank teller and shit. Okay, let's try the world record. Okay, let's try. Do you want to try the world record?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so as far as I understand, this is how the fastest human calculator works: is that you have 15 seconds to take a number and do multiples of it as much as possible. And I think your record
Yes.
is 42.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to try this. We're going to try this.
You can put your calculator also. You can keep adding on calculator also to cross check.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
But before we do that, let's have Biswa and me attempt this, because I think
Yeah.
I'll do 4 numbers, and then Biswa will do more, and then you'll do how many
Brother,
ever you do. Yeah.
brother, 4 is very optimistic, let me tell you.
15 seconds में 4 नहीं होता, 4 नहीं 20 तक चले जाते हैं. Like 10-15 times you can do आराम से.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
wait. I
chalo,
need to
let's
figure out a
start.
stopwatch first. Okay, wait. Wait. You know what? I'm just gonna put it on my phone. I think that's the easiest. Shit
Okay.
is like complicated. Okay, wait. So Biswa is going first. What we need is from the audience is we just need a 2-digit number. And again, the way this is going to work is Biswa is going to try and do as many multiples of it as he can in 15 seconds. That's basically
What if he goes wrong? Should I beep?
yeah. Oh, that'll be great. Dude, my God, that's gonna haunt me if you beep. But please do that. Okay. So what we need from the audience is just a 2-digit number for Biswa to do calculations of. Okay, let's do okay, this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is the number 59. Okay, and your time starts. I'll give 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
59, 1, 1, 8. 1, 7, 7, 2.
Okay, your time's up. Sorry.
Oh my God. Told you. 3.
Okay. 3 is not bad, dude. Okay. So I'm of course. Listen. Now the easiest thing for me to do would be like 17. But I think that's too easy. I'll try something else. Okay, let me try. Okay. Let me try. Okay, here it goes. Okay, I'm going to try this and I'll time myself also. Okay, 65 is the number. I'm going to restart this and time myself. Okay, 65, 130, 195, 260, 325, 390, 455, 510, 575. Okay, that's how much I got.
8 पे गलत हो गया. 520.
Bro, you can't take all this divisible by 5 and 10 and all and give me 59 and all.
Okay, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. Yeah, I'll do one more.
Okay, do a proper one.
Okay, I'll do a proper one. That's easy. I realized later it's easy. Okay, let's do.
Yeah.
Oh wait, dude, this would be the best to get, right? Wouldn't this be a lovely number to get? Just
Hey, bro.
99.
Very please.
Okay, we'll do this one. Okay, we'll do
Nice
this
one.
one. Okay, this is
Okay.
73. Okay, wait, I'll start the time 1 second. Okay, okay, start 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 146, 219, 292, 365, 438. Fuck it. I don't know.
But yeah, buddy, that's not
7
bad.
times. 7 is good. 7 is good.
Not
Oh,
bad.
7's good. Yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
not
Okay,
bad.
great.
Too many
Okay.
cricket matches I've watched.
Yeah, this is the very consistent scorer. One person who scored 73 in every match. I'm like, hey, I know this guy's average. Okay, let's take one for Bhanu, which is okay. I'll just go through one of these. Okay, this wait 1 second. Let's try. Okay, this is slightly Okay, I'm waiting for one more. Give me a couple more numbers and I'll do it. Okay, this is easy. Not easy. I mean, this is a number. Okay, here goes. This is Bhanu's number, which is 59. Okay, and I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, go.
59, 108, 177, 236, 295, 354, 413, 472, 531, 590, 649, 708, 767, 826, 885, 944, 1003, 1062, 1121, 1180, 1239, 1298, 1357, 1416, 1475, 1534, 1593, 1652, 1711, 1701, 1829, 1888, 1947, 2006, 2065. 2065. 35 times.
I think your second one was wrong as per my calculations. No, but how much is that? 36.
35 times. 35 times.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what? This Sorabh Pant has been practicing for 2 days. Okay. He has this is a small trap. He was like, when Bhanu comes, I'll impress him by doing 7, 8. And then Bhanu will do 10. And I'll be like, मेरे को भी पता है. अब मेरे को दिख रहा है इसका पूरा practice.
No, so you know what my thing is, right? That sometimes that I didn't get to sleep, I would try and do. By the way, Sumukh Bharandarkar, who's a brand new member, thanks a lot for your membership, says who's verifying. I think
Brother, you
that
We
is
can
verify.
Bhanu's
verify.
verifying.
Put a calculator. We can verify it. You can put a calculator
Yeah.
here.
Okay, yeah,
Wonderful.
that's we can do it for the next one. बहुत fast था sir, says Anish. Dude, so sometimes when I'm trying to get to sleep, I used to do this before. Is I used to do, there's a game called 1024 or 2048
Yes,
was the game.
2048.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
tiles
it was.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the tiles one. So I got very obsessed with that game at a point of time. So while trying to sleep, I used to try and double it to reach how far it could go. And then I would always, I think around when it reached 5 digits, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after 2048, it's 40968192 163843276865556, and goes on. Yeah.
Sure, man. Whatever you say. I think this is that point. Okay, I'll just take a couple of chats that have popped in. A lot of
Yeah.
chats are popping in generally. Newt says, I like how he's casually saying broke a few records. I think he said it before also. Biswa, if you want to set a Limca Book of World Record, what kind of record do you think you'd be able to set?
Loudest fart at midnight.
At midnight.
Very specific.
At the fart of the midnight hour, Biswa opens. Dude, you know what? Once what I tried to do, we did this, and again, there's no way to verify this, where we did 4 shows in 3 days in 4 shows in 3 cities in one day in Gujarat. And so we were like, maybe this is a record for Limca. So we did it. Now, what we didn't realize is that you have to tell Limca before you start trying to set the record. And we just did it. We were like, is this a record of Limca? Like, dude, you got to call us before, not after.
Yeah.
So I don't get the route. Okay. We have Rajat Shah who asks if Sorabh gets 63%
Hey, one
of the
second.
super chat. Yeah.
Sir, you read that.
Huh. How much education cess will he pay on it? Now, I don't even
Education
know
is 0.2% है ना, मुझे नहीं पता. 2.52 rupees if that is the case.
Oh, okay. You got it already. Well done. You're saying something, Biswa.
One guy has written, my father would easily beat Biswa. Brother, your father should focus on you. My father is enough to beat me, okay? I don't want to be beaten by another person's father. Father could easily beat Biswa. As if I'm a very difficult to beat child. थप्पड़ मारते हट जाता है.
I think he meant in like maths. I think that's what he meant. Or I don't know. Is that what? Maybe he meant maths. I don't
Okay.
know.
Sorry. It's just
Yeah,
my
maybe
own
he meant.
issues.
Hey, okay, this is a great question. Okay, okay, this is a great question. Fibonacci numbers or decimals of pi?
I mean,
Like, what's
Fibonacci series is easier because you can calculate it. Decimals of pi you need to memorize. There is no way you can like get a better way. So I think the first over second.
But
Unless you
can't
like the Indian education system, then you should do the second.
But can't you, like for pi, have a good approximation?
It's very hard. It's very hard. I mean, that requires a shit ton of calculations to approximate even 10 decimals. So,
Okay, got it.
like Fibonacci is fairly easy.
Got it.
Fibonacci is fine, right? I think it's 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. You just keep adding things which, like the last two consecutive numbers and keep going on. Pi mein you can't. Like you just have to like fucking remember it. And it's like, yeah.
So here's a completely random question. What is the sort of practical use of Fibonacci numbers? Is it implemented in something that is useful in life, or is it just one of those like mathematical sort of things that you do? I'm sure there's some practical use.
Fibonacci numbers. So basically, the idea is that as you progress in Fibonacci, every number divided by the previous number comes to one particular ratio. It comes back to certain ratio, which, if you know, is the same ratio between how animals or evolution has happened. To be honest, like you can actually divide the length between your shoulder to fingertip divided by this, and it will be near to the golden ratio. Even your leg, even your like internal organs, even let's say the same pattern when you see in bunch of animals, sunflowers, and how distribution of petals on a sunflower are, the ratio of let's say how a certain plant structure works, the number of branches for every single branch in a banyan tree. These all come back to one number, which is 1.618, which is called the golden ratio, which is derived from Fibonacci. So it's the beauty of Fibonacci is that you don't know why it's a big deal, like because 1.618 is as dumb as anything else, but it occurs in nature a lot, and even a lot of musical symphonies, which are great to hear, have that much of variance in notes.
Wow.
If you've heard to Tool, the band Tool, almost all of their songs actually are in Fibonacci sequences, and it's obviously one of the most celebrated songs because of how they hit your how they hit you. Psychedelics, a ton of psychedelic animations as you see trip होता है ना जो लोग देख के the ones which like you watch on a big EDM screen and then you're like, oh fuck, मेरा सर घूम रहा है types. That also actually happens and is synthesized through Fibonacci.
Got it.
Wow. Okay, I want to ask Biswa a question, which is that when you were learning maths, like, have you ever practically used maths like this in any format? Because you're an engineer, right? So isn't like maths like you can't be an engineer without knowing maths? I think so.
Brother, I'll tell you what I have used
Huh.
from maths.
Huh.
I think it's not maths, like in the actual sense, but sometimes the way of thinking in solving certain theorems or solving certain problems, if you develop that way of thinking, then you can apply. Like I have applied that in various things. Like if you want to do an India tour and you want to make the most optimum India tour, stuff like that, or you want to like even designing a stand-up hour, it's not the math itself, but how a problem can be approached and solved. That I think I've used to some extent in my life. Not to say that it's like made a huge impact or anything, but yeah, it's a thought process.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I
think
think. I think what Biswa is mentioning is absolutely correct because I think it develops a certain problem-solving skill which you can extrapolate in multiple other things. For instance, I personally use math way more in, let's say, building businesses, understanding people, trying how I structure my conversation to a large extent. Like my stage shows, which I do, let's say on stage, which is across, let's say, I've done 500 stage shows myself in math only, like obviously calculations and showcasing this across like a lot of countries. Now, my take usually is that slap bang. How do you want to, let's say, structure that? How do you want to pace your conversation out? How will you get that uh, pace of conversation going so that people are interested in what you're doing? How can you keep people hooked to what you do? I think a lot of these things have patterns behind it. You understand, uh, you incorporate them as you go. So I think there is a lot of mathematical skill which you use when you solve for real life problems. And for me, I think uh, as I realize, the best and the biggest decisions in life or strategic decisions in life, sometimes you think that they're just intuitional, but having a slight bit of mathematical thought in it. I'm not saying write down and do some equation shit, but I'm just telling you that you've already seen problems being solved in a certain way, so that helps to a large extent in how you view something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
and you have written what, 99 books now? How many books have you written?
Written 4 books that have been published, given
Crazy.
out 99 copies. It's the total amount.
Yeah. But when you're writing the latest book, didn't you already have an intuition of like, okay, this is how much money I can make from it, or like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
going to appeal to this sort of audience in these metro cities, and this is the calculation, right? Back of your head while you're typing out the words. Okay,
Yeah.
right? Like first page number 1, you're like, okay, 1 copy sold, like that.
It's actually really funny that you mentioned this because I write in the book and it's a series of comedic essays, right? And I think Money Control or one of these places, you know how they hire you for columns and all. So I'm like, okay, basically what I'm writing is a essay slash column. And so the amount Money Control is paying me, and I've written 18 chapters in this book, so 14 chapters in this book, it should at least be multiplied by that amount is how much I should make. So that's how I negotiated with my publishers. I'm like, if I was writing this for Money Control, whichever this thing, this is how much I would make. And then they said no, but I still tried. That's the point. But,
Right.
then they paid me how much ever they could afford. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a couple of chats popping in. I'll take a lot of super chats because I think both Bhanu and Biswa have to head. You both are doing something together. Aren't you working on something together? Isn't that something?
Not yet public.
Okay. But Bhanu, you're working on this arithmetic thing, right? What is the arithmetic thing you're working on? The where you're
No, so
trying to, I think
Sorabh,
you said, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You're saying something.
You say.
So no, I otherwise, apart from let's say being someone who's into math, I actually head a math education company where we teach children how to learn mathematics in a much better way, significantly better than Kumon. I think I wanted to bring that back.
Huh.
I had a company called Banzu, which is obviously on my name, and we teach children of the ages 6 to 16 how they can like learn math, quicker math, and apply math in the world around them in a much better way, be it in art, be it in music, a bunch of other things as well. So yeah, I had that. We have around what 10,000 students who are learning with us actively, almost on a daily basis, and yeah, we are expanding that. That's what I do. Otherwise, I
Wow.
mean, apart from let's say me being someone who just does a few calculations because ये पैसा तो नहीं देता ना, तो obviously you'll have to do other
Huh.
things.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
tell me this, Banu. So I have one question, and I'm not seeing any super chat, so I'm just asking that obviously everything has a trade-off, right? Somebody can be, uh, exceptionally good at script writing, but be bad at, something else like maths or whatever. You are so good at maths, and obviously I've spent a lot of time on this. So what is the trade-off in your life? Like, what have you sacrificed to gain this skill? Don't tell me you haven't sacrificed anything.
No, no, no,
That'll
no.
be
I think
very bad.
no. I was doing like what speed math since I was 8 years old, 9 years old, like for almost 3 to 4 hours of practice every day until like I did a bunch of things. I think I think you can't stop your thoughts after a point. Like it's just like it just fucking spirals a little. So you obviously overthink. So I mean, for you to be in peace with any decision you take, you need to exhaust all the possibilities and then say, okay, now this is why it works. It gets very exhausting at a point. So I think one is, I mean, I'm just talking, let's say, in terms of state of mind. Then you compromise peace a little. So I think that is one. Apart from that, I think I I obviously wanted to, let's say, go ahead, do a little more into academia, do a bunch of things. But I've realized that since I was into performance, I actually had a lot of traction as an individual. Then I've taken, let's say, the startup route, build curriculum. So I think there's obviously, let's say, a part of me which says, Arey, you should have just, let's say, gone ahead and done a little more of math research. But I think that's for another day. So I think that's also something which you give up because you obviously have, let's say, the thing is, usually math people become popular after they spend like 25 years, do three PhDs, one postdoctoral, published 1,000 papers, and then they might get recognition by some like Sarkari person giving them something, right? I got it very early. So in that sense, I obviously cut my pathway. So I think that's something which I do think. But yeah, I mean, I didn't, from let's say in my 11th, 12th grade, and even let's say a little after that, I had a lot of constraints over what I could do, what I couldn't do. So I think I
Hmm.
compromised a little bit of, let's say, partying and bakchodi karna, but I think I caught up with it. Like I think in last 2 to 3 years, once I broke my record, I was like, fuck it. So, so I think,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I have a question, which is a very Indian-based question, which is any tips for CAT 2022 aspirant? Any tips? Any tips at all?
No, absolutely. You should actually go to my channel and look at, let's say, me teaching a bunch of people how to do multiplication better, how to visualize a few things better. We have actually a lot of people who are taking CAT exams or Sarkari exams where they want to become quicker at calculations. I write about that a lot, or I post about that a lot. The bottom line is just identifying what you're good at and what you're not good at. Usually, CAT preparation में you say कि अरे मुझे अच्छा नहीं आ रहा, but identify why. Do you suck at multiplication? Do you suck at realizing what the problem is, and then diagnose? I think that's the best way. And yeah,
Manu, tell
that's
me
it.
this.
Yeah.
Very simple question. Okay. You are clearly very good at this. And of course, I know you have put a lot of work. But are some people dumb? This is my only question. Please tell me. Do dumb people exist or everyone can become great? Please tell me.
ये एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा है, मैं बताऊं, मैं दिस द इक्विवेलेंट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन इज हर पर्सन को सिक्स पैक आ सकती है क्या? हाँ, आ सकती है थियोरेटिकली, बट आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट हाउ फार यू हैव गॉन इन दैट जर्नी एंड हाउ मच कैन यू कम बैक, राइट? Children, absolutely, until you're like 15 years of age, I think everyone is capable of like being phenomenal, at least given the right nudge. After a point, I think there is a lot of unlearning which has to be done, which is probably why I think some people cannot pick this later. But theoretically, it is possible. So, I mean, why am I saying this is that I've seen 25-year-olds who are not that good do phenomenally well later versus 26 or 27-year-olds or 15, 18-year-olds who are pretty good but can't improve because you've gotten into that slot where you can't like change mental structures. So I think it's only about whether you want to do it, right? Kisko karna? Like, to be honest, why do you want to do calculations in your mind? A phone can do it. So it's about why do you want to do it. If the logic of why do you want to do it is strong, I think everyone can do it. I had an education company, so I can't say that people are dumb. So I think everyone can be, everyone, everyone can be. But to be honest, that's why we work with children. Children until 16, 15 years of age, for sure can do it. Adults, thoda like after a point, it's a dead cause.
So you're trying to say if you're a 16-year-old person who's dumb, it's done. You're done. You're
No,
just
no.
going
I
to
think
stumble
it's a
through your life.
transition. I think it's a transition. Like I think if you're 30 and you're content with what you do, and if you're not actively, there's no active reason of why you should change. For instance, किसी को
Right.
cat देना है, then fine. Then there is an active reason. But if you do not have an active reason, then why would you put the effort? It
Correct.
seems dumb. Yeah, that's the only thing.
By the way, there's been
No.
some clarification on the father will beat you, Biswa. And Chinmay Mishra says, I meant with fart, mujhe kyun toda. So
Got
that's where we are coming to. This is our level of engagement is that this gentleman says that in the Limca Book of World Records, his dad could beat Biswa in farting at midnight. But please go ahead,
Oh,
Biswa. Yes. Huh.
got it. No, no, that's correct. But I just wanted to read out one chat related to this.
Huh.
Grim says that we're all dumb in some things and whiz in some other things, but doesn't matter either ways. Are you happy is the real question. And then after the
Yeah.
question, he has put exclamation marks. So I don't know if it's a question,
Ex-
but yeah,
Existential crisis there. Are you
Yeah.
happy is
no.
the real question.
But I do agree
Yeah.
with this. Last thing I just want to say, and then once
Huh.
you take over. Okay.
Are
Last thing I
bindas, go
want to
for it.
say
Huh.
कि as a culture and as a society, we just equate maths with intelligence so
Absolutely.
hard, right? It's like math is not it's one kind of particular type of brain activity, right? There is 100 different types of intelligence, and I think that has to be acknowledged. That's all.
And absolutely, and that is very very true because I think there are a lot of dumb mathematicians. I think that's where I'll probably end with in this. There are a lot of people who are like extremely dumb, like in real world, but they're very good with math, but they don't understand shit. Like they're gone. Uh, yeah. So I think it doesn't. It's not a measure towards how intelligent the person is. It's just yeah. It's just
Yeah,
another
but
Instagram
okay,
filter.
I gotta ask you about this. I had written this down, so I have to ask you. It's about the Mind Sports Olympiad, right? Because it sounds really cool, right? Because this is the question I composed. So there's a guy called whose record Scott Flansburgh, whose record you beat is the fastest human calculator. Do you have like? Is there a competition there? Is it like Federer versus Nadal of maths? Do you try to like harm each other in any way? What is the scene with this guy?
Yeah. So Scott Flansburgh is a guy who actually held the record, which I broke, which is doing it 42 times, and he was hit 37 times, and previously a bunch of other people like Shakuntala Devi held the same record. Mind Sports Olympiad is a different competition where usually it's not about the world records, but it's about the championship. So world records are how many Grand Slams you have. Wimbledon is a competition in a similar way, right? I think Mind
Yeah.
Sports Olympiad is an equivalent of the physical Olympics, which happens every 2 years in the UK. And I was the first Asian to ever win it. The first Asian, including let's say a bunch of other folk from people behind. For what it's worth, Indians think that they're super cool at math, but not really at a global stage. We are just like, I think median is good. We are not excellent. Just the median is good, better than other people. So yeah, I mean, Scott Flansburgh's record I broke independently because obviously this is a record. So you did a record attempt where I didn't forget to bring the Limca guy. So I brought the Limca guy and I broke the world record, which that was there for. And the Mind Sports Olympiad is a competition where it's not one record, it's just a mix of let's say 100 different varieties of calculations which they make you do, and they take the aggregate score and then just give you let's say who won. And actually I have that also on if someone's interested, you can actually watch that stream of me winning the Mind Sports Olympiad. And winning and becoming the first Asian to ever do so was the reason why I actually became extremely popular because world records were there in the past, but Mind Sports Olympiad coincided with Vidya Balan's movie. So I
Oh
think
wow.
that's sort of
Yeah.
so I think it was around. I think Shakuntala Devi movie released. I won the Mind Sports Olympiad and became the first Asian to ever do so in the span of like 10-15 days in 2020.
Okay. So you said it's like the Olympics. Now recently in the Olympics, what had happened was that they had ensured that the beds in the Olympic were not so bouncy enough so that the athletes couldn't have sex with each other. Is that something that happens in the Olympiad as well?
Yeah, I don't think mathematicians are sad. So, it doesn't matter. I think it's
Okay. I know you both have to go. So anything you'd like to plug? I'll take a couple of chats after both of you leave. There's a few people who are pending. Bhanu, Biswa, anything you'd like to tell people to go do? Any plugs? Anything like that? Please go ahead.
I'm here, bro. After Banu leaves, I'm still here
Oh,
with
super.
you.
Done. Awesome. Yeah, we'll do 10 minutes post that. Bhanu, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually here for मेरा like next का वो भी 5 minute extend हो गया. So I mean I can also be here.
Okay, chalo. Okay, then okay. So okay, I got to do this sequence of chats. Okay, first Kapil Gupta says maths is a British tool to conquer the world. and then bosom friend says penis is a British tool to promote sex. Like, what is this conversation that chat is having? So this is the level of chat today. Is that some people are like, hey, maths is great, help me with cat, and then people are like, maths versus penis is the conversation we're having.
Wow.
Okay, here's a question from Chinmay Mishra who asks, Bhanu, have you tried these calculations after doing cocaine?
No, I've only done it after I was drunk. I'm drunk a couple of times.
Did it help? Did it impair your anything, or was it still good?
No, so I think there is an inflection point before which you can't like speak quickly, but there you're very good.
Yeah. Okay.
At that inflection.
You know, next time we should also get Sid Warrior on this. Okay.
Yeah.
And do it.
Okay. Grim Fandango is very curious about maths. He's like, sir, have you tried to teach the teachers in India? A must.
So I actually help with a lot of CBSE NCERT teachers on how they, let's say, build curriculum and teach. So I teach trainers there through Bhanzu, which is a math education startup which I head. And I think a couple of questions which I think I've also seen in the chat section is that for kids of the ages 6 to 16, we have multiple programs where we teach children how to become better at mathematics. And it's even open for adults. And you can actually go ahead and take a free session if you really want to see what this is. You'd be surprised, by 1 hour, you will actually be able to do 8,792 multiplied by 8 in your mind. That's how easy it can be. You can actually learn how to do this in just like 1 hour. Yeah.
Punch pride.
So,
Yeah, in my head, I was like 64 is somewhere.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know. Some 64 is there. Okay, and then again, to stick to a theme of the chats, Doggy Style says he knows all number except 69. And you know what? Something makes me think that this person literally changed their handle to this
Name,
just
yes.
to put this comment. Yeah. So congratulations,
Undoubtedly.
Doggy Style. Keeping it classy. I appreciate it. Really good job to you. And also, thanks a lot to Deep Sin for the super chat. Appreciate it. Didn't even ask a question. He's like, "Yele paisa $5. Enjoy yourself." So I like that. Okay, this is a kind of. I mean, you've spoken about this before, but I think this question is phrased poorly. But okay, here's heard you have had a head injury. Did it help you in any way? Which is
no, bhai, I mean,
a
I was
weird way to
fucking
put it.
bedridden. I was fucking bedridden for an entire year. It didn't help me in any way. No, but
Yeah.
bright side, I actually got introduced to puzzles and stuff then. But obviously, it's
Yeah.
not good to be hit in your head. No.
Yeah, obviously. How did you get hit in your head, by the way?
So I met with an accident when I was 5. I was actually going on a scooter with my cousin, and then a lorry hit us, and I was like in a coma sort of a thing for 4 days and bedridden for an entire year. So yeah, it was a little weird.
My God, that's a lot. Man. Okay, that's why I said this question is poorly phrased.
But it's such a like, मतलब उसने extra word use करने की कोशिश भी नहीं किया. Heard you got hit in the head. Did it help?
Heard
Come
you got
on.
hit in the head.
Yeah, I think the intent was good. Also, Sharira Deva says tell people to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, so give a like and share करना है कर लो, subscribe करना है तो कर लो. Enjoy your lives. Yeah, live your existences. Okay, I have one more question that I had sort of figured out, which is that you said that the human calculator record, my vocal limitations are stopping me, but my mental limitations are not. So you said that 42 is how much you can say because you have to say it vocally. So how many numbers do
Absolutely.
you think you can do the multiplication of if it wasn't for vocally? And also, if that's the case, then how would like is it that you whisper it or what is it?
You can't check. You just, I think if I do this in my head like independently and just don't speak out the intermediate results, then I can go all the
Yeah,
way till 70 to 75
yeah,
times. Yeah, but I mean, there's no way to check that because I can just like tell you the last number and say, "मैंने 70 times कर लिया." So there's no way to check that, which is why it's not a record. But yeah,
yeah,
your vocal limitations actually stop you after a point.
yeah. Uh, you also, by the way, met Nas Daily.
Yes.
Like Biswan, you have been doing comedy for quite some time. He never got in touch. So, what the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
man. Yeah, dude. This
Uh,
NAS monthly something, man.
Yeah, Nas annually, Nas millennially. When he
millennially.
becomes a god, he descends to a godship. So yeah, you did something with Nas Daily. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I mean, I recently, let's say, went on to catch up with him when he was in India and did a small, let's say, a couple of video snippets where I was just doing a bunch of world records and then we were just like doing and attempting a few things and posting it. So I think that was it. I think, yeah, I mean, I knew him for a while now. Like, I mean, I've been connected because he also heads he also heads an education company, NAS Academy, and I am heading another edtech company. So we know each other from business, but like otherwise, yeah, just caught up and did a couple of actually did a stage show in Bangalore. This was what around 20 days ago. Yeah,
Okay.
it was fun.
I have a completely random thing that okay. By the way, first I have to take this chat from Akhil Pishurodi, who says Newton was hit by an apple, but my man hit the apple instead. That's
I
like
don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means, but good attempt, man. I gotta say, good attempt. Okay, last thing I have to
Tell
do, which
me,
is completely yeah. Go ahead, Biswa. Huh.
tell me, Bhanu, if they make a film on you, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody's making, but if they make, then they will show that accident and for sure show that you got superpower from that accident only. No.
Dude, so I'll tell you,
Yeah.
this is something which I've heard. Like, so that too they will do. I think one of my friends, I think recently, sent me a morphed Akshay Kumar's photo, saying that, "Bhai, he's making a movie on you." So
Wow.
because yeah, I think they will. It's very even news articles, right? I've seen extremely dumb news articles come on me. I remember, let's say when I was 16, I broke like I just went ahead and did some competition. Okay, next day in the newspaper, it comes. I was just telling him that person that I read Stephen Hawking's book, like in what do we say? Um, yeah, Universe in a Nutshell, Brief History of Time. That person who wrote the article, I will not quote which paper this is, you can search later, wrote an article which said, Bhanu questions the Big Bang Theory. मेरी फट गई, पता है ना? मेरी
Jump, dude.
बड़ा article यार. It was a big article. I was a 16-year-old. There was this article which said Bhanu questions he wants to become a quantum physics. कुछ भी. Use a lot of innovation. And yeah, that was like very. I was scared of press for a while. For like,
Who would you like
But I
to?
think I think it's going to be Tapsi Pannu. Tapsi Pannu is playing anybody who's a sports person right now. So I think Tapsi Pannu playing Bhanu is a great idea. She's done 2 movies about sports people already, so I think this could be the third. That's my suggestion. I mean, up to you who you think.
don't know.
Okay, done. So casting is still open. There's still
Yeah.
options. If you're an actor, send your profile to Bhanu on his Instagram. But seriously, do this as an actor. If you want to play Bhanu in a movie, please send your profile and also an audition tape, which has you doing maths. Okay, completely off center of maths. Okay, I want to get into the corporate world. This is something that's been trending in Reddit for the last 2 days, and it's basically about this WhatsApp thread shared between a boss and an employee. And I thoroughly enjoyed this. Okay, this is the thread. Okay, this is the conversation that was had. Hi Shreyas, have you submitted the test? Hey, no, not yet. Hi Shreyas, my name is Sandeep. Please don't use the word hey. It's offensive to me. Okay. And then it gets better because he says, if you cannot remember my name, simply use hi. Other words you should never use professionally. Dude, man, only hello. Hi there. If you're not targeting a wide audience for in an email to senior to you, chap, chick, thanks. So I'd love to know, Biswa, what do you think? Is hey not the right way to address your boss?
Yeah, of course not the right way. What is this? Why are kids like this? Like you were say you like dude, man, hello, all that you should not say. You know,
Yeah,
high stress is
yeah,
okay. That's my opinion.
yeah.
Any
And
problem
then
you have?
I think this is the kind of like boss who's like drunk on power. He's like, dude, he said hey to me, and like the temptation would be. And by the way, it gets better. Okay, this guy says. The guy replies, well, considering that we're having a conversation over WhatsApp and not over LinkedIn or a chain mail, I'm just being casual as you're texting me on my personal number. And coming to being professional, I am not the one being offended. So
Ooh.
now the thing is that it's like being offended over somebody saying hey, is this the new, like, okay, I can understand religion, politics, etc., but they're like, dude, I find a defamation case because he said hey to me. This is and then again, the boss of course says WhatsApp is not personal space anymore, it has been used for business. I'm not insisting my ideology on you. If you understand it, fine, or you will understand it sooner or later. Oh my god, dude, love it. Very, very
This is
nicely
ideology. This is
Wow. I
ideology.
did.
If you should say hi or hey is ideology.
Dude, the guy's using semicolons and colons in a WhatsApp thread.
yeah.
Fucking Grammarly sponsored this or something. I'm sure.
But also the idea is that he says WhatsApp is not personal space, it's been used for businesses. Right now the concept is that if a place is used for business, does that now make it a formal environment? Because people do business and they do negotiating and networking anyway. They do it in a Starbucks, they do it in a train. So do you have to now like be polite with
Good point.
everybody instead of saying hey side mein hat, you're like excuse me, hey, hi, sorry, whatever. Is this what it is?
I don't know
Anyway,
what the problem is in this entire. Like, why hey is a problem? Why?
yeah.
Like, hey Sorabh,
Yeah.
hey Bhanu. How you people? Isn't that people talk like how you just say hey? Like hey, hi, hello, hi. Everything is the same, right?
In in Hindi is offensive कैसे?
I don't know.
है ये क्या
Hey,
क्या है? है
hey.
हाँ.
Also, instead of he saying hey, he had hey. Like that. Is that what it is?
I think so. What else?
There's
And
something
like,
else.
see, there is one category where you said dearest sir.
Yeah.
Below that, hello, hi, hey is all the same. No,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what this stupid thing is.
Anyway. Okay, so super. Thanks a lot. This has been a fun stream. If everybody enjoyed, please give a like, share, and also tell Bhanu about it. Bhanu, anything to promote? Anything you'd like to plug? Anything that's
Absolutely.
happening?
So, guys, whoever is here, like, if you really like to know a lot about math and like actually be engaged with it, visit bhanzu.com, where we are actually teaching people across the world how to become better at maths from, let's say, my journey. And you can actually visit Bhanzu as the YouTube channel or even my new YouTube channel, where we constantly keep posting how math can be relatable in the world around you. Recently posted something on Sri Lankan economy crisis, did a small post. I think something today is coming out on presidential elections, on the math behind every one of these things. And if you're someone who's really interested, you should actually go book a trial, book a free demo class, and see what becoming quicker and better at math is all about, which you can find at bhansu.com, which should be really fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll put the link for that in the pinned comment as well as the description as well for people to get
Yes.
easy access. Biswa, anything coming up?
Hey, no. I have a show in Nairobi on the 9th of July, this like
Ooh.
in 3 days. What day is it, Banu? 9th of July 2022?
ठीक है ये बहुत हो गया यार.
Hey, I don't know. To help me out, bro.
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, Saturday. In Nairobi, I have a show, and me and Rahul Subramanian both are coming, and
Ooh.
dinner is included. So first dinner will happen, and then show will happen. It's a proper like 6:30 p.m. dinner starts, 8:30 p.m. show starts. Khana wana kha ke, मस्त आ जाओ public. If you know anybody in Nairobi, let them know, etc. etc. That's all I have to promote, man.
Amazing, man. Nairobi shows and all. Who do you think you are, Atul Khatri? This is crazy. Um,
Yeah.
he's done a show there, I think. Okay, so I'm going to be this weekend in Nagpur and Indore, and then there's Bangalore, Kochi, Vizag, Mumbai, Bhubaneswar, and Kolkata. Tickets are on sorabpant.com, so please come. And again, subscribe to the channel. We keep coming back once a week. I'll announce the next show in the community section. Become a member if you want to support. That's about it. Thanks for all the chats. Thanks for everybody popping in. Thanks to Banu. Thanks to Biswa. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Love you all.
Thanks a
Marry
lot.
me. Goodbye. Ending the podcast.